is Saturday, I believe April 29th, 2023. We're here at the Stone Arch Bridge in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This video is going to be similar to the first video I recorded for this channel. We're celebrating 1 year of making videos to document the current state of Minneapolis and Minnesota and wherever I find myself. Wanted to do my best to recreate the first video that I took, so we're gonna walk across the Stone Arch Bridge here and then head over towards the Mill City Lofts and the Guthrie Theater over here, and then Mill Ruins Park, and then explore that area a little bit. I wanted to start out by showing the new pavilion over here at Father Hennepin Bluff Park. I think when we were here about a year ago, or it might have been when we were exploring the St. Anthony, Maine area, we were watching the construction of this for a little bit, and it looks like the new building is coming together. So we can walk up and check that out really quick here. New space to sit. And then bathrooms. A little bit of shelter if it's raining or snowing. Electric scooter parking over there, bike parking. And then on the back side here, nice little shelter, stage area. And then the park that is newly seated, so they're having people stay off over there. Well, let's go ahead and check out the bridge, check out the Mississippi River, see how that water flow is coming, and enjoy the walk. I think it's about 50 degrees today, gloomy, cloudy. Hopefully we can get some sunshine to peek out here a bit. This is the beautiful Stone Arch Bridge. Definitely one of the gems of Minneapolis, a must-see attraction. Walking across this bridge is something you see great views of downtown, river, the old mills over here. Those are now the A lofts, artist lofts. Go down here. Looks like the high river hasn't caused too much flooding down there. I think they control the water that's coming through there, so they're able to control that a little better. You can see it coming through that, I believe, plant right there. I believe that's an XL Energy plant. As you can see, typically the videos I've been recording are on weekday afternoons, early evenings. Today it's a weekend, a Saturday, and there's a lot more people out, a little bit more lively. Everybody enjoying the day, even though it is a little bit gloomy. A little bit of sun peeking out up there. Let's just take a break for a second. Enjoy the river, enjoy the view. believe someone in the comments of the last video, or one of the last videos I was taking up here, was talking about these locks down here. Or is that actually the upper side of where we walked to in that last video? Yeah, so you can see here is the 35W bridge that we walked underneath. And then there were the locks right there, which are apparently no longer in use, I want to say. There was someone very helpful in the comments who was giving information on that and telling us a bit more about it. Which I always appreciate that insight. So I'm always looking to learn more about this area and what I'm seeing. Yeah, so this is the upper side of those locks that we were down at in the video walking through Bohemian Flats. There's the 11 residential tower there. Oftentimes you'll see people out on this bridge getting their pictures taken for wedding photos, engagement photos, or just photos looking cool. Just a beautiful spot with great views. I have seen some videos on Twitter, I think, of people occasionally with street performers out here. I think I saw someone with a guitar one time playing some music. And one evening it looked like there was somebody with a keyboard. That might be worth looking out for if you're exploring this area. There's the St. Anthony Falls. It's the treacherous flow of the Mississippi River right now. Some sort of renovation going on here. Looks like they're building a tunnel, digging out a tunnel underneath there. That'll be worth looking into to find more information about. National Historic Civil Engineering Landmark, the Stone Arch Bridge, the Great Northern Railway. Constructed in 1882 to 1883, designated in 1974. I think I saw someone posting on Twitter that the Stone Arch Bridge was in a study a few years back. They said that when the river is flowing at something like 60,000 gallons per second, it's potential to damage the bridge. And at the time that they tweeted that, it was upwards of 70,000. So worth keeping an eye on that, and hopefully not seeing any permanent damage to the bridge, but something that I was made aware of. Makes me think twice about walking across the bridge, I say as I walk across it. The locks open to help with the flow of the water. Take some of the pressure off that St. Anthony Falls. like it's flowing faster today than it was, I think, a week ago when we were here. Not quite sure. Always love these views. This bridge, there was a few years back before I moved here, I was living in San Francisco and I saw a friend of mine who was living here tweeted an image of this bridge on one really foggy morning, and all you could really see was this orangish red, kind of copperish painted handrail with the light, and they had taken an image of that, a photo of that, with it in that deep, heavy fog. If you squinted just right, it almost looked like the Golden Gate Bridge, and I was showing it to people and trying to see if they could guess where it was, and everyone's like, oh, that's somewhere in San Francisco, definitely. But nope, right here in Minneapolis. But I think it's pretty rare to have days that are that densely foggy here. Or if it is, it typically happens in the morning when we're not typically out in this area. I do spend a decent amount of time in downtown and in these parts of Minneapolis, but not typically right around here early in the morning. Maybe we can check that out someday, a morning walk or something. Sunrise on the Mississippi. Here that we walked around last time, I talked a bit about Wamney and how it had been recently closed. I mistakenly said that it had received a Michelin star, but it had received a James Beard Award for one of the, I think it was Best New Restaurant in 2022, I think. And then the sous chef himself actually just got awarded, I think, one of the Time 100 People of the Year. Very cool and deserving accolade for them. Awesome to see people putting in work and trying something new and having it work out for them and getting the support of not only the local scene but on a national level too. The Mill Ruins Park. I think the visitor center is still closed as it was last time we were here. Walking trail down there, explore some of the old mill ruins, as you can see right here. believe this building here is the Mill City Lofts is what they're called. Some apartments. And then here in this kind of glass structure is the Mill City Museum, which I've never been to, but need to make a point of doing that. It's high on my list of things I want to check out, but life comes at you fast and very easy to say, oh, this is something I want to do, and never actually getting around to doing it. Important to make that commitment to getting that on my schedule and actually going in there and taking a look. That is the Stone Arch Bridge, which we just walked across. You all are enjoying this video so far. Thank you for watching. If it is something that you're enjoying and you like the sort of content, walking around mostly Minneapolis, but hopefully more throughout Minnesota. I need to get to St. Paul a little bit more, and then do have some other little cities in Minnesota that I'd like to explore more. Love to show you around with me, so feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Be happy to have you along for the walk with me. Oh, there's a car down there. Interesting. Wonder if that's a security guard or what. Wasn't even aware that you could drive down there. Did see a video recently online from one of those crime pages of people in the middle of the night. Apparently there's been an increase in late nights on weekends, people driving their cars across the Stone Arch Bridge, which is obviously very dangerous as it's a pedestrian bridge, reckless and disrespectful. So hopefully we don't see things like that continue. That sort of thing can be taken care of. I want to respect this historical landmark, honor the safety of everybody who's trying to enjoy it. Let's go check out the exterior of the Guthrie Theater here. This blue structure ahead of us is the Guthrie Theater, and this is what they call the Endless Bridge. You can take an elevator up, an escalator. It is a public space. You can go up in there and then walk out onto that, what they call the Endless Bridge. You'll get some really nice views of the city. You have the Stone Arch Bridge and have the Mississippi River. Steps right here. Maybe we'll go in and check that out. See what the energy around there is and see if it's something that I feel like they'll welcome me doing today. Yeah, this is the Endless Bridge at the Guthrie Theater. Stairs here. What does it say? All the world's a stage. Fitting for the theater. starting to get some green on these trees. You love to see it. It has definitely been a long winter, and looking back at that video from last year this time, everything looked pretty similar too, and was fairly dormant and dead at the time. The trees hadn't quite started sprouting yet, but it always comes back. Is that a Tom Waits song, I think? You Can Never Hold Back Spring? I don't know. I want to say that's a song. So this is the Gold Medal Park that we're in here next to the Guthrie Theater. There's all sorts of different sculptures. Many by pretty well-renowned artists that have installations around the world. Who definitely had installations in San Francisco when I was there. Looks like this was made in 1983. And the Walker acquired it in 1991. Some of these Mark DeSuervo pieces were along the waterfront there in San Francisco and in Crissy Field underneath the Golden Gate Bridge there. Just very cool artwork and ways of using opens. Oh, we got a kid climbing up on it. Gold Medal Park here. Some different art installations throughout the park. Nice little path to walk up. We'll go check that out in a minute. And then lots of these boxy 2010s, 2020s apartment complexes that make up a large portion of the city and a large portion of what we see coming up throughout the area, throughout the country. Up ahead you see US Bank Stadium, where the Minnesota Vikings play, and they host all sorts of musical and sporting events throughout the year. We're gonna go check out the Izzy's ice cream space. So it is a cool building that I would like to share. here at the corner of South 11th and South 2nd. You can head up one block to the south to get to Washington Avenue, taking you towards the highways and light rail. You can head this direction towards the river. Lovely 11 tower here. This is the Izzy's ice cream office and facility, which is now vacant, looking for a new tenant. But really a cool building. Just the way that it's got these different parts that stick out. A lot of light in the different levels of offices up there, I believe. Yeah. Is each of these a separate office space, or are those just an open space on the top? Very cool, kind of a unique building. And I saw yesterday on the development tracker, which is that Instagram account I talk about a bit, that I'm very fond of. It said that there are a couple rumored tenants and people working on it, but nothing has been announced yet, so everything's speculative. But hopefully someone will be coming into this building soon, because it is a great location and a very cool spot. Home of the Izzy Scoop. So I think when you used to go to Izzy's, oh, is this a drive-through? Look at that. So when you go to Izzy's, I think I went to another different locations, or maybe it was at Target Field or something. Or went to somewhere, not this location. I never actually went here when it was open, but they would give you, you'd order your scoop of ice cream, and then they'd give you what they called the Izzy Scoop. And it was like a small second, little bit of extra for you. It's just a little extra ice cream in there. But yeah, really nice space in here. I think all you're getting is my mug and the reflection in there. Yeah. Maybe that was a kitchen where they're coming up with new ice creams, but unfortunately currently vacant. So hopefully someone has a great idea of what to do with this space and can bring it to life. We can explore it soon. In a few months I'll be saying, hey, look at what's in the new Izzy spot. And then I believe this was the retail space. And that back end, I think, is where they maybe were making the ice cream, or coming up with different ideas, offices, or doing their ice cream that maybe they were making to serve in other locations. We're gonna check out this building here. I don't know what it is, and then we'll walk back towards the Guthrie and go up that little hill in the park. I was impressed by what I was seeing, so I wanted to walk over and check it out. So I'd never noticed this one before. A cool little building here. Office, residence. Oh, it's got a historic sign. Let's go read what that says. Probably not the safest spot to jaywalk, but don't always make great decisions. All right, so it's the Dorsey Sporting House, 1890, 1920, 1996. part of the last red light district in Minneapolis. Built and run by Dorsey, an African American who established herself as a successful entrepreneur. For 20 years, she operated a brothel here. She was rewarded for her success by being shut down in 1910. That doesn't sound like a good reward to me. Bert Thompson, another African American entrepreneur, moved his barber business into the building. In 1920, Thompson received a permit to remodel the building into housing for the many African American porters in the area. He later added a cafe, which then became the South Side nightclub. After the 1940s, the building became Miles Manufacturing, an upholstery business, Manor House, a wholesale furniture showroom, and New Hope Center, a homeless shelter and drug rehabilitation center. In 1996, it was renovated, and the building now houses apartments and small businesses. Very cool. The Dorsey Sporting House in the historic Mill District, Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is going to be 212 South 11th Avenue. Got the new condos and apartments around it, and then this historic little pocket here. It'll probably look cool in a couple weeks when those start growing, or are those dead? I don't know. Oh wow. What a cool building. So I have clearly become significantly distracted by our initial plan, which was to recreate that first video, which essentially I think walked into the gold medal park and up the hill and then looked at the statues and went back across the bridge. But hey, we walked across the bridge, we saw the same park, checked out something new. Let's go up the hill in the park and see the view. Oh wow. Very nice view here with the reflection and the sun coming out. I'd love to see it. The sun's starting to come out, but it's starting to rain. I believe John Fogerty has a word or two about that one. A little bit of soccer going on in the park over here. Leo Messi, Leo Messi. Looks like they're currently playing Hamlet inside the Guthrie Theater here. look at those clouds above the Guthrie. Those are coming through kind of cool. So this is the space at the top of the little hill here. Easily accessible walk, not too steep or anything. And you can sit up here, reflect, enjoy the views. Once these trees come in a few weeks, it'll be even more gorgeous. But really shaping up to be a beautiful day today, especially as these clouds break up. You can see in the distance here the Cedar Riverside Apartments. I believe it's designed after the Pied Mongrain. But I could be incorrect, and if I am, please take a moment to correct me. Here's the Stone Arch Bridge in the Mill District. You can look to the south here towards southeast and University of Minnesota. Can't really see very well there. And looks like we got a party going on up here. It's a great spot for a little party. I'm gonna cut through the grass and walk down the hill a little more quickly. It's a nice route, but while conserving battery life, I'd like to explore a little bit more. Here's the Mill City Clinic up ahead here, the red and gray building. There's a Trader Joe's a block up here. Not a ton of downtown grocery options. Well, there's the Whole Foods a couple blocks up, but not a ton of, how do I say it, non-Whole Food style grocery options, especially when you get to North Loop. I'd like to see more grocery options in that area. Getting distracted here. Alright, here's the Guthrie Theater. Last year there were some installations on the wall here. There were murals or what, there where you stop by and take your picture in front of and share online. I want to say, don't know if it was like wings or what, but yeah, you can see the spots where the wall has changed color a bit from the staining and where those big prints were. Now they're gone. This is going to be the main entrance to the Guthrie here. we'll go in a moment. All right, wanted to go check this out first. Go show this little space. It's really cool, sheltered, open space down here. There used to be a restaurant down here, but I believe it's gone. Yeah, it's vacant in there. Hopefully they get a new tenant soon. 2022-2023 season. They do the Christmas Carol seemingly every year. It's kind of their annual thing. Gets a lot of people out to check out the theater for a tradition. Currently Shakespeare's Hamlet. And I'm not sure what the other one right now is. There's no dates on here. And in this space on weekends, starting next weekend, or is it the whole weekend or just one weekend day? There's the farmer's market right here. So it's kind of a cool thing to check out. Lots of little booths, farmer's market stuff, and vendors. But that starts next weekend, May 6th, I want to say it is. It's this Saturday. Or maybe it's a Sunday. Yeah. In that space on weekends from, I guess, May until later in the year, there's a farmer's market. Hello. This is the inside of the Guthrie Theater. We're gonna go up and check out that endless bridge. You can either take this escalator, which is kind of a fun long escalator, or you can take the elevator. But easily accessible either way to at least get out to the top part of the bridge. I want to say there's a bar up here too. See, so the picture used to be doing this on the other side with the gold medal flower sign. Now you can do it with 11. So we're looking through these little glass areas and enjoying some of the reflections. Viewing area for the endless bridge. You can see the Stone Arch Bridge there, which we walked across to get here. The Mississippi River, 11 Tower over there. In the distance here, this is like the University of Minnesota campus down there. Down here, that's University of Minnesota campus. Here, this is, I believe, called Central Hennepin, St. Anthony, Maine, that kind of area. Downtown over here. You can see Capella Tower and Wells Fargo Tower pointing up the top there. gold medal flower sign in the Mill City Museum. Yeah, shaping up to be a gorgeous day. I hope you're all having a wonderful day too. Very happy to be outside and seeing what I'm seeing today and sharing it with you. Always fun to play with the reflections in here. See what kind of different shots and images you can create. Explore. Looks like people are enjoying some views from this side too. I'm not sure I've ever looked out over here. Although maybe I have. And someone will say, Tim, in your last video in here, you were looking out that way. What are you talking about? Hi. Hey, how's it going? As you can see, some really nice views of downtown here. New tower coming up, I believe that's 40 Park. And US Bank Stadium here. Yeah, I believe this is 40 Park if I'm not mistaken. New mixed-use tower coming up over there right next to US Bank Stadium. I want to say 40 stories, but I could be incorrect. So we got a nice little bar. Espresso bar. Is that Death Wish coffee? Peace coffee? Yummy, yummy. Take the elevator down this time. At the glass side so it's open so you can see the internal workings of the elevator. And then the gift shop. If you're gonna get something nice to support the theater. yeah, you can't read that. There we go. Now you can see it. I wasn't even looking at the screen. The American Academy of Neurology. This little thing right here on the side is actually it's not on right now. So the buttons in the city are still off because we're still occasionally getting freezing nights sometimes, which is ridiculous. It's May. Come on, Minnesota, what are you doing? But yeah, that's a water structure right there, a little fountain. Very cool to check out when you're in the area. Outdoor seating here hasn't been set up yet. Yeah, so as you can see, you're coming up on early May. Minnesota is still very much in not ready for, well, we're ready for it, but not ready to commit to the outdoors yet because we know too well. We know too well of what could happen at any time. Man, if we get more snow this year, I'm gonna lose it. I don't know what I'm gonna lose, but it's lost. Washburn A Mill and the Mill City Museum. It's kind of a cool little pathway between these two buildings. Nice little walkable open space. Good spot to let the dog out. Bark at some other dogs. There's your Mill City Museum. Newer apartment complex. Some nice condos in there. Yeah, so that's 240 Park, and then here on the left is the new tower coming up, which is 400. Or I guess it's going to be 405 or something, because that's the odd side of the street. Going to change the skyline quite a bit. I do want to go walk around that area soon. What do we have here? Do want to go walk around that area soon. The area around the stadium, US Bank Stadium, that is, and look at the construction there of whatever it is there on the 400 block of Park. And then see what it looks like in a year when things are looking different. Oh, so there's that staircase on the back side connecting to I believe 2nd Avenue to Stone Arch Bridge and Mill Ruins Park. Nice space. Let's put a bench right there. Set it up a notch. I like the open space, but nice seating or a nice cafe would be nice. Sit out, sip your espresso, sip your cup of coffee, and chat away. So there's an event coming up later this month, I guess next month, in May, which begins on what, Monday? So yeah, a little confusing. I say later this month, or next month. But yeah, in the next calendar month. It's called Doors Open Minneapolis. And a lot of these different buildings in downtown and throughout Minneapolis are gonna open up their doors and let you check them out, check out the different buildings and see what's inside a lot of these places that generally isn't as accessed by the public. McPhail Center for the Arts up here on the left is one of those places that's going to be taking part in Doors Open Minneapolis. I'm not sure what I'm planning on doing that weekend, but I definitely want to check out some different spots around the city. Haven't quite planned it out yet. I think there's some stuff involved with the Stone Arch Bridge. That's it. Yeah, I was looking at it the other day. Lots of different stuff. One of those situations where it's going to be kind of difficult because there's so many cool things going on that weekend in that 1 to 2 day period. It's going to be hard to cram it all in. But some of the events you do need reservations for. So that's put on by, I believe, I don't know if it's Minneapolis or the Downtown Council. But yeah, check it out. It's called Doors Open Minneapolis. There's gonna be a lot of fun stuff going on throughout the city and an opportunity to explore some places that you might not generally regularly have access to, or if you were gonna get access to it, you typically have to pay, and they're letting us in there. So yeah, that's something I'm gonna be planning out here. And if you're in Minneapolis and looking to explore, maybe you can find something fun to do that weekend too. Make a video of it, put it up on YouTube, and show me. I'll watch it. Love these walking tour type videos, seeing what different people see when I'm cooped up in the house, being able to explore what I can from where I am. So this is the McPhail Center for Music. Opened January 5th, 2008. That's about 15 years ago. James Dayton Design, the architect, and M.A. Mortensen Construction Company. Sarasota and rich flour for bread, cake, and pastry. Absolutely love this sign here. Head up to Washington and then loop around back over the bridge and call it a day. That still could be another half hour or so. Oh, free family music sing-along series, Saturday, May 6th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. featuring the McPhail faculty jazz combo. Might have to check that out next weekend, bring the kiddos. Oh, there's so much going on May 6th. There is. We've got the free family music series sing-along jazz combo here. There is, I believe, a rubber duck race in South Minneapolis on Minnehaha Creek. And then I want to say I've got some personal stuff scheduled that weekend, so some things to take care of that with that weekend. So a lot of stuff going on that day. Saturday, May 6th, just around the time when everyone's going to be coming out. I think that's what I was saying was the first weekend of that farmers market out there outside the Guthrie. This is the depot. Pint. Here's the Depot Office Center. ESG Architects office is here. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Got this new dual tower structure coming up. Details escape me at the moment. It's on the former site of the, I want to say, 1st Precinct police station, or not police station, fire station. So they had to tear down half the building here and then leave the fire station, which was over here, up while they tore down the rest of it, and then build a new fire station over on the corner here, which we're gonna go check out in a minute. And then once they built the new fire station, they could start work on the rest of the project. It's gonna be, another mixed-use building here in Minneapolis. Lots of cranes, lots of activity. As you can see straight ahead, we have I think it's the 2nd tallest building in Minneapolis, the Capella Tower, there with the halo. Capella Tower owning the naming rights to that. I think it's one of those for-profit universities, if I recall correctly. Definitely some sort of college. There's a WeWork in that building that I've actually worked out of a couple times. Very cool spot, incredible views. I think if you're interested in touring WeWork, they will show you around that spot, and they always have some sort of really good deal going on for new members. If you're looking for an office space for a month or a couple months, they'll typically put together a good deal for you. But yeah, nice WeWork space there in the Capella Tower. There was 3 in Minneapolis up until beginning of this year, in which they closed the Uptown one. Now WeWork gets you the North Loop location and the Capella Tower. I think their Capella Tower office is around the 40th floor, so really nice views of all around the city. Definitely worth checking out. Maybe tell them you want to check out an office space and you're thinking about renting, but go up there just to see the views. No, I would never tell you to waste somebody's time like that. But if you wanted to, just don't tell them Tim sent you. All right, so this is the new Minneapolis Fire Station number 1. Just opened last year. Here on 3rd Street and 5th Avenue. And I do believe that this new fire station number 1 is doing something for that Doors Open Minneapolis event. I want to say I saw that on the Doors Open Minneapolis Instagram page. So here on the corner, up here, where the crane is where the old fire station was, if I recall correctly. that's part of the reason why I make these videos, so I can go back and look at it and I can say, oh yeah, that is exactly where it was, instead of, I think it was over there. Yeah, I think the old fire station was over here on the corner. Moved it over to here. We got the big pump. And then they're gonna be building the mixed-use residential commercial tower here. Looks like Carl Anderson and Sherman are working on that project. Don't recall many details of that one off the top of my head, but what I can do, sorry about that. I got this new gimbal, the one I was talking about last video, and still struggling with figuring out how to keep the functionality of it. Sometimes it shuts off, gets a little wonky. Hope I didn't make anybody sick right there. Hopefully nobody's vomiting. Let's see if we can see any fire trucks. But yeah, I will in the coming weeks or months make a video specifically about this new building coming up here, gather some information on it so I can be accurate when I speak about it. But yeah, we've got the fire crew inside here and their trucks. Looks like we got a boat. And the squeaky clean fire engines. Caribou Coffee here. If you're not from Minnesota and you're just watching this video trying to learn a bit more about Minneapolis, Caribou Coffee is a local coffee chain in the area, kind of like your Starbucks type ideal, but a little bit more localized. They are all over the place. They make you those delicious coffee drinks. I think they have one that's, if you're into the sugary Starbucks style coffee drinks, they make one called the Campfire Mocha. That's pretty good. I think it's like a s'mores. S'mores is the theme. And I think they have graham crackers on the whipped cream or something. But yeah, Caribou Coffee is a cool local coffee chain. A little bit bigger, not quite as artisan as some of the stuff you can find. If you're looking for that really nice handmade latte by someone pulling a shot and weighing everything out and putting a ton of time and care into each and every aspect of what you're ordering, Caribou probably isn't it for you. If it's the spot where you want an alternative to Starbucks with a local appeal, that's going to be the place for you. So this building in front of us is the depot. I believe it's like an event space you can rent out. Crossing 4th on Washington here. Courthouse over there. City Hall. Take you up all the way to what is it? The convention center, yeah. And then there's a hotel right here. So if you're having an event there at the depot, you can block a room at that hotel. Really nice access to all this Mill District type events. Cortland and Ito. I believe this is another relatively new condo building. see what we have at Ito. Salad, sandwiches, pizzas, pasta. Looks like Italian type food. Something tells me they have soft serve ice cream there. Or maybe they don't because the light's not on. Maybe when the ice cream's pouring, they have that light on. Is here ahead on the left. It's the Wells Fargo Operations Center. This is going to be coming down any day now. I heard that demolition was supposed to start here in spring. They're going to be building some new, you guessed it, mixed use towers in the spot. So Wells Fargo moved everybody out of there a few months back. The spot was cleared for redevelopment and demolition is supposed to start any day. And then construction of the new project, I believe, is supposed to start in the fall or early next year. Completion, I think, is shot for 2025. A lot of people say it's an eyesore. I kind of like it. It's interesting, really gives you a lot of different reflections of the city. Do have a background in photography, so I really enjoy looking at different reflections, the way light appears off different things, and putting together different shots. So I've always found this building kind of cool. Like, look at the way the Carlisle residencies are getting pulled apart there. That illusion. Wells Fargo Operations Center. This is going to be a government services building here, so if you're getting your passport renewed, anything like that that you need to do in person, that's where you go for it. Federal building. See the Skyway here. Actually, I haven't done a Skyway tour video. That's one thing that I want to do, is walk around the Skyway and explore it a bit. I did actually walk through it for the first time a couple months back when I was working downtown, but I actually haven't spent too much time in the Skyway. And you go online and people just talk about how dangerous and dirty it is, and I mean, I thought it was fine. What do I know? So here's the Renaissance Residence Inn, Milwaukee Road. This is that hotel that's connected to the depot, Renaissance Inn. And you got this old building is housing Dunn Brothers Coffee right here. It's a good little coffee shop. Probably one step more in that artisan type direction than Caribou. A little bit smaller than Caribou, from my understanding. Probably a little bit better quality. Not that Caribou's not good, but a little bit more cafe style. This is the Carlisle residencies here in front of us. The tower I talk about a bit in a few of the videos. I'm a fan of it. Really cool structure with Incredible views up there. Fortunately, it is a residential structure, so not very easy to get up there and enjoy for everybody, but you can look at videos on YouTube of people showing you around the Carlisle residencies and see some of the views from up there, but incredible stuff. There's Dunn Brothers Coffee. I think Dunn Brothers I would consider more of like a no-frills coffee shop. You go in there, you can get a good latte, not going to be too crazy sugary, not going to be too over-the-top artisan, but just really good, accessible, quality coffee. I just got the notification that my battery on my phone is down to 20%, so any moment now this video is going to shut out. Thank you for watching. Always appreciate walking around the city and getting to show some other people what I get to enjoy throughout my life. I hope you're enjoying Minneapolis too. I know I am. I am so appreciative of this beautiful day. It went from being kind of gloomy and kind of cloudy to absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for walking with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you're thinking, tell me about your day, send me an email. Love hearing from you, love chatting with you. I had a couple people on some of these recent videos leave a handful of comments and let me know their thoughts throughout the video. I'd love to see that stuff. Yeah, I don't have the ability to live stream right now, and maybe once a month or so, just because I don't have the data for it. But I would like to live stream more someday. That would give me the opportunity to